So the FIM MiniGP UK 190 race is next up, coupled of course with the British mini bike MiniGP 190/70 category. 2 grids in 1 race. Wilson Dilks, Tyler Humphries and Hudson Cooper will renew their battle on the front row of the starting grid. It's pretty much been in that order all the way so far this weekend. Lucas King, Charlie Cunningham and William Round will be together on the second row of the grid. In terms of pace, it looks like it could pretty much settle out in that order, but it is racing that is different from qualifying. You never quite know. Annabelle McCarthy and Oliver Pitcher are going to be giving chase to the top 6 riders on the third row of the starting grid, and they are the 8 riders that will run in FIM 190. Looking back to the MiniGP 190/70 category from the British mini bikes, Travis Shaw will be on pole position in that race. Alongside will be Harry Barrell and Harry Rafferty, with David Wilton and John Pitcher giving chase from the outset. So let's see how perfect a start we get from Wilson Dilks. Hudson Cooper will once again have our onboard camera on the 217 bike. Tyler Humphries looks to his left. He'll also need to look to his right on the start to keep Wilson Dilks at bay. But we are going to be under starters' orders here at Teesside Autodrome. On board with Hudson Cooper. The lights go out and we're racing. Good start from Cooper. Not a bad one from Tyler Humphries. And he'll squeeze into the lead of the race. Wilson Dilks is going to try and go right round the outside of both men. Oh, what a launch from Wilson Dilks. From third to first around the outside of turn 1. That's why Wilson Dilks is the king of 190 at the moment. Absolutely textbook from Wilson Dilks as they work their way up the reverse corkscrew. And this is the race that we were hoping for right out of the blocks. Hudson Cooper is already unable to keep up. 190/70 race gets underway as Wilson Dilks charges ahead of Tyler Humphries and Hudson Cooper. Lucas King P4 from Cunningham, Round, Annabelle McCarthy and Oliver Pitcher. On board again with Cooper through hairpin 1, coming in through hairpin 2, and just tidying things up on the first lap, trying to get settled down into a rhythm. Riding on board through South Bank. It's a really exciting corner in British mini bike racing, and in the FIM Road to MotoGP class, it's corners like that that really teach you everything you need to know about poise, discipline and patience. So a good run from Wilson Dilks on the opening lap. That killer move off the line. Not a great start, but certainly managed to run right round the outside of Humphries and Cooper to snatch back the lead. Excellent. Oh, and that's William Round. William Round drops it through turn 1 of the dog leg. Ah, easily done. And I'm afraid, because it's a junior category race, William Round will not be able to restart. Let's look at how he did it. He's following in pursuit of Annabelle McCarthy, and boom, down he goes. The front wheel washes out, and that's game over. So now the rest of the racers are going to have to watch out for that. Here's the battle for the victory in the 190/70 race. And I should point out that there's only 2 of them, because Barrell and Rafferty are dueling away for position. The man who should be starting from pole position, Travis Shaw, has not got out there. So clearly more problems with the bike than first realised. So Travis Shaw out of this race before it even begins. So as you can see, the battle is opening up in the FIM 190 class. Dilks, Humphries, Cooper, King, Cunningham, and this is the battle for 5th position between Cunningham and McCarthy. 2 very talented young riders with plenty of future. So Annabelle McCarthy from Swindon in Wiltshire, trying to take on Charlie Cunningham. It may only be for 5th position this time, but don't forget this time next year, it could be for the race victory. So that's why it's important for both Cunningham and McCarthy to really stab on the opportunity and take full advantage. Dominance from Wilson Dilks, just as his younger brother Austin managed in the Minimoto Pro. But this is the race battle in 190/70. Still very close indeed between our leading riders as Barrell goes a little bit wide. This is the chance now for Harry Rafferty. Takes a very wide berth off the turn. Is he going to finish that off round the outside? He is! Oh no, he has to back out of it. Goodness me. So Barrell and Rafferty still very close together. My goodness, that race is as close as this race is distant. Dilks is pulling well clear of Tyler Humphries and Hudson Cooper. No worries at all for him as he just continues his march to the victory. The checkered flag could come out now for Wilson Dilks for all the difference it'll make for the riders giving pursuit. So Tyler Humphries and Hudson Cooper, 2nd and 3rd, then King. Then this battle continues for 5th position between Annabelle McCarthy and Charlie Cunningham. And it does look to me as though McCarthy is in front now. Yes, she is. So Annabelle McCarthy has done the hard work there to get in front of Charlie Cunningham. And that is great work from Annabelle McCarthy. You cannot necessarily win every race, but in your battle for supremacy, you've got to make the moves and you've got to make them count everywhere you race. So McCarthy up into 5th position now in front of Charlie Cunningham. Meanwhile, the 190/70 race in British mini bikes is still very close quarters. Rafferty trying an alternative line to Harry Barrel. Now he'll get the switch back, but he gets balked by Barrel as he comes through and tightens up the radius. So great to watch these two at work. Never mind work, they're at war. Absolutely amazing racing between these two. And still they duel for position. Still there's nothing in it. So now Rafferty tries again on the inside of Harry Barrel. Out through Rib Bend. Charging up the hill to the reverse corkscrew. Nothing at all to choose between these two in terms of ability. Back to the battle for 5th position, and that is Charlie Cunningham, who has got back in front of Annabelle McCarthy. So these two still trading positions, still swapping positions on the road. And you've got to. Every time there's a gap, you go for it. You make the bid. So Cunningham getting ahead of Annabelle McCarthy, who had a difficult lap there. She still has a chance to get back into it though. Round through South Bank. Harry Barrel versus Harry Rafferty for the 190/70 category race, and it is still furious, raging racing between these two bikes. Up the inside line, could that be enough of an opportunity to get side by side and off the turn? They will absolutely duel as back on board with Hudson Cooper. He's now trying to get closer to Tyler Humphries, but he's got traffic to deal with of his own. So on board with Hudson Cooper. Down to South Bank, works his way through the traffic, goodness me, feeding through one side and then through the other. Contact! I'm being told that Barrel and Rafferty have collided. Barrel and Rafferty have hit each other. They're in the gravel together. The leaders battling for the victory in 190/70 have taken each other out at Rib Bend. And they are absolutely fuming with each other. I cannot believe it. Wilson Dilks is going to come through for a dominant win in FIM 190. And Barrel and Rafferty have taken each other out of this race in the 190/70 category. The checkered flag waits for Wilson Dilks, but can you believe it's gone away in 190/70 from both men? They can't restart. Wilson Dilks is victorious in FIM 190. He wins in the Road to MotoGP race. Tyler Humphries is second in front of Hudson Cooper. And incredibly, that is the man who's going to take the victory in 190/70. That is John Pitcher, who is only going to be about 7/10 of a second ahead of David Wilton. They will be the only two finishers in 190/70. Here they come, and John Pitcher inherits an incredible victory ahead of David Wilton. Well, that just shows you anything can happen in the British mini bikes, and it probably will. Wilson Dilks takes the win in MiniGP UK 190, the Road to MotoGP, ahead of Tyler Humphries and Hudson Cooper. Lucas King fourth from Charlie Cunningham and Annabelle McCarthy. Oliver Pitcher is a lap adrift in 7th. And incredibly, in 190/70, there's only two finishers, John Pitcher and David Wilton, covered by 7/10 of a second.